Hello, I'm Lineke Lijn, and in this video we are going to draw a mother otter and her baby cub on her belly, and they are marvelous animals. It was a special request that someone put in the remarks below, so it told me please draw a mother otter with her baby, and that's what we're going to do in this video. And we're going to use the dry brush technique and the finishing touch with the pencil. They're lovely to draw, so please join me in this video. Here you see my example of the otter and baby that I found, and I want to draw the one on the bottom here. That's the one where the baby is lying on the belly of the mother, and I think it's lovely. The way that the hand is folded around the baby, and you can also see the hairs. What I use for the setup of this drawing is a brush and a pencil. The pencil is for the finishing touch, and the brush is the one that I use for the dry brush technique. If you want to see what exactly you need for the dry brush technique, I can refer you to my other film, How to Draw with the dry brush technique. And what you simply do is apply a little bit of black oil paint on the tissue. Then you take a broad bristle and you rub it out, so there's not much oil on your brush. Then you draw really soft on your paper, and I start out with the tip of the nose and where the eyes and the mouth will be. That's the center of my drawing. And what I actually do is I divide the dark and the bright spaces. This is the line between the baby head and the upper arm of the otter mom. And here the dark tip of the nose of the baby. Then I put in the hand that holds the baby. This is where the water is going to be. And you can see how quickly you can put in the water with this brush. And of course you can also set up the whole drawing in pencil. That's no problem at all. But I use the brush because that's very quickly. In the right left you can see my reference picture, and in that picture the hand of the otter mom is really dark, you can hardly see it, so I exaggerate it a little bit and really make it fold around the little baby. So, well, when you're a drawer you can do whatever you want. Here on the belly of the baby there's a lot of shadow going on. It still looks kind of awkward, but now I already have the dark and the light places. Now I've taken my smaller brush and I use that for the smaller parts. For instance, the eye and the set-in of the ears of the adult mother and the darkness of the nose. You can see that I use my brush kind of like a pencil, except it is much quicker to set everything in. The smaller brush is empty more quickly, but you can see how far the little bit of oil paint stretches. You can really reach a far length with it, because you only use a very little bit of oil. Because the otter and the baby are very soft and fluffy, this technique is very nice to use for this. You can see here the tip of the nose is quite white and a lot of light hits it there. And then the forehead of the otter mom is quite dark, as is the upper arm. Here on the left side you can already place in the nose hair. On the adult mom they are long and very thick hairs. I also use this small brush for the hands of the mother otter and the dark spaces that are deepest. Here you can see the eyes of the baby are closed and they are popped into the hairs of the baby. And the baby is real fluffy. The baby is dry in this case because it's lying on the belly of the mother, while as the mother is quite wet and they have very greasy hair. Now I've taken my bigger brush again, and now I can easily put in the waves of the water. It's the surface of the water, and on the left side it casts a lot of shadow. I want in this drawing the left side to be as light as possible, as if the sun is coming from the left and you can hardly see any movement on the left, while on the right side there's a lot of reflection going on. I put here a little bit of more of oil paint on my brush, and I simply go over and over the shadows that I've already put in. As I continue, the brush will get more and more less filled with oil paint. So for the lighter parts, I simply go on with the same dipping I did in the oil as I've done before, and I use it for the hairs, and as it stretches and as the bristle, the hairs are containing less paint, I can use it also for the background. You can see how far it stretches with this little bit of oil paint. Now it's time for my pencil. My pencil is at its end too. It is really short now and the cats chew on it. So it's probably the last drawing I can do with it. So I'll have to buy a new one. And, well, anyway, I'm using it. It's a 5B and I use this now over my dry brush. It's very easy to draw over the paint. And I use now the pencil to get the detail on the hair. For the whiskers, I use my eraser pencil. You can simply you can simply sharpen it with a pencil sharpener, and then you simply put lines with your pencil next to the lines that you've taken out with your eraser. That way you get that hard whiskers that the adult mom has on her nose. Here you can see the fur coat of the adult is very greasy and it's also very pointy because she is in the water and the hair is really pointy, like when a cat that drops into the water by accident and he jumps out and then his hair is all funny, and that's just like the hairs on this otter mum. The nose itself is a rather simple shape. It's kind of like a mushroom or something. And I simply put it in dark with a little bit of light just next to the nostrils. And here on the left side you can just see the eye that comes around the corner of the nose. Here's the inside of the mouth, and there is a lot of shadow. Now you can see already that the whiskers are going a little bit over the baby. Here's the closed eye of the baby, and I also place those in with the pencil. Of course, with a pencil you can get far more detail than with a brush. But together they work perfectly for this drawing. Here I use the eraser pencil for the little hair of the baby. The baby is dry and fluffy. So I simply place little tippy hairs, and that makes the baby look real fluffy. Here I put in a little bit of the whiskers entrances, but the little babies do not really have big whiskers yet like the adults do. And I put special care for the hands of the mum. I really need them to fold around the baby to give the baby that cozy feeling, and it reflects the love that the mother otter has for her little baby. And these are the little toes of the hind leg of the baby. Now I have to pay some more attention to the fur coat of the mum. So I also use the eraser pencil to get that greasy look. I place a little bit more of harsh shadows on the otter hands. I do that especially to give extra attention to the coziness and the love that the mother has for her cub. And then I simply draw in the lines again to get the hairs of the adult mum that greasy feel. For the shadows in the water, I also use my 5B pencil. You will notice that when you go over your oil paint with the pencil, it gets extra dark and it gives that shiny look to the water. I need a little bit of more shadow over here. As the baby's eyes are closed, I really want attention to that too. The baby is fast asleep, while it's lying safely in the arms of the mom. I think the sea otter is a lovely creature. They're playful, they're funny, they're witty, they're smart, they're everything that I like. Here I pay some more attention to the back of the cub, of the baby. You can see I quit on the left side. There must be a lot of shine there. Can it get more beautiful than this? And when you watch maybe Discovery Channel or something, I've watched a lot of them. I always love seeing the otters playing and caring for the babies. It's lovely. Pay some more attention now to the right side of the adult mum. And I need some more greasy hair. I want that line to stand out. It's a bit of a patience, maybe, but well, we need some detail. And you do not need to draw it all the way down. Just some attention here and there to get that, well, kind of realistic idea. A little bit more of attention in the eye. There's some shine there. And an extra dark to get that pretty little eyes. Those playful eyes, as otters are, really playful. So far goes my study of the otter mum and her little puppy. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to draw it, I want to give you all the luck for it, and I hope to see you again in one of my movies. And this may be the last time I see this pencil because it's really gone now, and hope to see you again next time. Take care.